All right, Taylor, thanks. New at 10, increased concerns over a deadly brain disease in young athletes. A recent study found CTE has impacted kids as young as 17 years old. Wait 31's Xavier Wary sat down with a local high school football coach to learn more about how coaches are working to protect their players. It's a story you'll only see on Way 31.
I feel like football is probably the safest as it's ever been.
Madison Academy's head football coach Bob Godsey has been a part of the football community his entire life, playing since he was 8 and coaching for the last 34 years. Godsey believes new rule changes in football look to help with injury prevention. As we learn more about the long-lasting impacts of contact sports for young kids, he says it is a stark difference from years prior.
When I started at 8 or 9, it was pretty much you lined people up and you crashed them into each other, as hard as you could. That was kind of how you earned your stripes.
He says now the sport has gone above and beyond to protect players, adding the use of guardian caps, limited contact in practices, and strict guidelines on how much full-speed practicing teams are allowed. Godsey says his program puts a lot of time and energy into taking care of kids' bodies.
Injury prevention in terms of techniques, the medical care, physicals, things of that nature, the rehab after the injuries and things like that, the best it's ever been.
Athletes who suffer from repeated head injuries are more susceptible to developing CTE, something that can't be determined until after death. But even for those parents whose children play football or may be on the fence about letting their child play a high-collision sport, Godsey says he and his staff work hard to provide as much information as possible to help parents feel comfortable with their choice.
Trying to reassure parents as well that head injuries come in a lot of different forms and fashion. But I truly believe, even though football is a collision sport, it probably has done more to regulate and improve and make the sport as safe as possible than any other sport out there.
In Huntsville tonight with coverage you can count on, I'm Xavier Wary, Way 31 News.
Health officials say it's important for kids to tell their parents when they have a head injury. They say children should not play through head injuries. This could help prevent any further damage to the head or brain.